came here. There are very many of you with whom I have campaigned at different times. There are very many of you with whom we have done a lot of mobilization for the party. But as we come towards elections, always towards elections, there's a lot of propaganda. Akena this, Akena that, Akena this, Akena. Akena has been in national politics for 20 years in Uganda. And in this digital age, there's always a record. There's always a record. Now, I will ask any of you, has anybody have any recording of Akena speaking anything other than UPC? No. Have you seen? No. Have you heard? No. If they had it, would they play it? Yes. They would play it publicly. Yes. Instead, you're getting people from NRM saying, oh, we married, you be married. Where? Where was the wedding? Where was it? Whenever we have weddings, we know where it is. We know the process. We know who was spoken to. We know how it was agreed and where it was concluded. Where is the wedding? It has never been. I'm prepared to engage. But my engagement does not mean I compromise my principles for what I believe in. I am a congressman through and through. As we head towards 2026, there's going to be a lot of questions. And for me, I have put it very clearly. 2026 is going to be a defining year. And this is going to be the year where I am going to make sure that NRM is going to be held in account for all the lives. It has taken a long time. We have moved step by step, but the moment of truth is around the corner. Oh, yes. Who is going to deliver the truth if not UPC? Oh, yes. For me, it's UPC which will deliver that truth. Because I believe in UPC. I know what UPC has done.
Recently, I have made it clear that I intend to challenge the president, but I made it clear that I'm challenging on the policy platform. In 82 was the first version of the recovery program. It was revised in 83. It was due to be revised again in September of 85. It was not, because July 85 the government was overthrown. When President Museveni came into power in 1986, he did not have a plan, a program, or anything which he can hit the ground with. He came with an issue called barter trade. When you look at the barter trade, it will not work because you're taking a product, maybe a commodity, exchanging it for a road. It didn't make economic sense. But in 87, when his programs had failed, he took the UPC program and reproduced it. If you look at what was called UPC recovery program and then revised recovery program and then the NRM's rehabilitation and development plan, some of it is word for word, comma for comma, and there are bits where they failed to remove or they forgot to remove the words. They published it. Now, the sole reason why few would talk about how could it, in 1987, switch and take a UPC program and nobody talked about it. If you pick the headlines of any newspaper in that period, there was war and devastation in much of the north and the east. In our own case here, August 1987, this place was attacked. The deep tank where I want to take you last operated in 87. Cattle were removed, other things were removed, these boreholes were dug up. But perhaps the most difficult thing at a family level was the one person who was killed was your great-grandfather.
A 90-year-old blind man.
He was killed. And for him, he had lived a simple life, and he basically said, I am old and blind, where am I going to go? And in the family, that blindness at age is common. You hear the stories about your grandfather took his grandfather around. His grandfather lost sight at a later age. So it was your grandfather helping him move around, and that's where they developed a relationship. And that's also where he insisted that when he dies, he must be buried next to his grandfather. And he's the one who motivated him through school and through everything in order to be able to succeed in the politics. So blindness is common. Doctor's father lost sight before he passed. Grandfather, my grandfather, your great-grandfather was blind in old age.
I'm slowly following.
And his father also lost sight. So it is not uncommon. Late Uncle Herbert lost his sight.
Mzee Adoko.
Oh yeah, that was the grand.
Yes. So Mzee Adoko was a brother to Stanley. Stanley was killed. And they didn't stop at killing.